Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to the Neighborhood Nigga Show. Today, I want to give a very impactful message because this is a serious matter. All right. Um, as of late, there has been a lot of turmoil really going on in the black community, just all the communities in the United States in general. And I just want to shed light because a lot of people kind of seem to have want to know where my standpoint is on this. And this is just, uh, I'm going to just give my opinion. You feel me? This is how I feel about the matter. And so, hopefully this resonates with some of you all. So let's go ahead and get started. So, starting off right now, there is a movement called Black Lives Matter. And of course, the movement stemmed from a lot of issues that melanated beings have been through, as far as like the Atlantic slave trade, the racial injustices that have happened within this country, right? Okay, so that's pretty much where the whole movement itself stems from. It stems from bringing equality to melanated beings and everybody else that lives in this country. Well, personally, I think that a lot of the ways we're going about it are they're just kind of like it's a loop in a sense. So let's just break down things from just a psychological, just a common standpoint. Now, our people, black people, have been protesting, peaceful and non-peaceful, doing things of that nature for years. This is nothing new. All right, so the protesting in Minneapolis. Rest in peace to the brother. Eric Gardner. Excuse me, not Eric Gardner. Rest in peace to George Floyd. Rest in peace to Eric Gardner too. But that's like when the first time I Can't Breathe came out, so that's the reason why I stumbled on that. But yeah, rest in peace to George Floyd. The thing is that we're going about this just in the wrong way. So let's start where let's start the peaceful protest. All right, we're protesting right now. People are just going out. They're setting up these protests and stuff. People are showing up. It's peaceful for like the first hour and a half, and then whoever pretty much orchestrates it leaves, or some type of person in the group of the protest gets radical, and then they decide, all right, let's fuck some shit up. You know what I'm saying? And they start rioting. Let's prove a point. Now, the protest is giving a way for people to infiltrate the Black Lives Matter movement and kind of orchestrate um, their own viewpoints on this matter. So as you can see in the videos that you've been watching lately, a lot of people who are trashing shit aren't even black people, right? Okay, so people like Target. The Target got looted and stuff like that. A lot of people in the video weren't even black. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of videos surfacing recently where you're seeing people doing these protests, committing like different crimes or whatever, and they're not even melanated. So why is it again that protests are making a point? Okay, like they're saying, all right, cool. Well, we're about to name a street, Black Lives Matter Way or whatever. All right. Well, last time I checked, MLK was doing peaceful protests. They named streets after him, and even a whole holiday. And niggas getting killed on MLK Boulevard all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is a street gonna change? Like, what is how is these protests really combating this system, this oppressor system that we're within? All right, because here's the thing: you protesting, but you protesting the wrong shit. You don't even realize what you're protesting. It's like, if we really want to make a change, why not protest the school system? You know what I'm saying? For teaching us false history, for never teaching us financial literacy, for, you know what I'm saying, just teaching us bullshit. So when we come out into the real world, we're ill prepared. You know what I mean? How about we, you know what I'm saying, protest this food system that we're consuming, like all the food that we're consuming that's negative on our bodies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We're saying we're protesting the justice system, but how are we necessarily doing that is the question. Like we, you know what I'm saying, we, and I understand that they're trying to defund the police and things of that nature, but what people aren't realizing is that the police are just like grunts. Like if this game is this world is like a game, right? They say this is chess, not checkers. So a good brother of mine, Will Caprue, shout out to the guy. He made a statement on his video, and he was referring to how this is like chess, and you got the false elite on this side, and they got their pawns lined up, which would be considered the police force, and then you got the elite on this side, and you got all these black people just lined up, the protesting force. You know what I'm saying? Feeling as if that's gonna make the difference that needs to be met. So now you got people combating and like going against these police, saying, "Oh, police brutality, this, that, the other." They're just doing what they're getting paid to do. A lot of these people don't even know, you know what I'm saying, why they're doing it. You got cops that are black that's still doing this shit because it's just their job. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people just look at it. So, at the end of the day, the systems is what we need to figure out how we're going to combat that. Like, are we going to take all of our children, melanated children, out of the school systems? Are we going to start homeschooling our kids so we can actually make sure that they're being taught the right history, making sure that they know how to survive in this world once they graduate, once they leave? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we really going to make a difference? You know what I'm saying? Changing a word on a street isn't going to change shit. It's just appeasing y'all. You feel me? Like, I got a homeboy, Eli, we chop it up all the time, and he made a good valid point. He was saying how, at the end of the day, we're at war, and it seems like right now we're winning the war, but we're really just winning a battle, okay? Because at the end of the day, you can lose a battle and still win the war. So, all right, yeah, it's cool. The officers that killed the people are getting, you know what I'm saying, they're getting judged. They're going to get indicted and shit like that. That is great. You know what I mean? That's very important. But at the end of the day, people, like, this may sound insensitive, but people die every day, all right? Here's the thing, okay? Why is it that when black people die, there's always a camera there? You know what I'm saying? They're able to film the whole struggle from top to bottom to when he dies, or he, you know what I'm saying, the person transition, he or she. How is that possible? You feel me? Like, people are dying all the time from, injustices, but it's never showing up on video. So you have to think about that. Why are they just showing black people being killed? Well, at the end of the day, if they can control your emotions, anybody who can get you out of character controls you. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna flash a black person getting killed online, and then on the news and stuff like that. It's gonna cause a uprising online. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody feel a certain type of way, and they're not thinking. Whereas if you realize, okay, we are limitless beings. This is why spirituality is so important. Because if you knew that we were limitless beings, we are eternal, you know what I'm saying? Then somebody dying would be more so of like a congratulations, you reached the next level. You feel me? You're not stuck in this hellhole. You feel me? Because, like, what is this? Is this not like, this is Earth, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, last time I checked, we living on Earth. You feel me? The only way you're gonna get into the kingdom of heaven is up here. So if you're not tapped into the kingdom of heaven, then it's like, at the end of the day, you struggling down here. You know what I'm saying? So until you realize that death is just another form of life that we just can't see, then every time they murk somebody or whatever, they gonna get you riled up. Now, what they not telling you is that the stock market just went all the way up, and there's a trend when every time there's somebody who gets murked, like, a black person, and there's an uproar in, you know what I'm saying, the black community, the stocks rise in certain trends. You know what I mean? This is all a game. You see what I'm saying? Like, you think like, okay, we going out here protesting, we're making a difference. Let's post a black square on Instagram. That's gonna really show them. Oh, okay, let's post a picture like, oh, I'm black, I'm this, I'm that. What the fuck is that gonna change? You see what I'm saying? Oh, well, they're more aware now. Nah, bruh. The only person that controls your reality is you. So if you want to see a change, then you gotta change. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you going, bro? Think about this shit, okay? We've been protesting and marching and peaceful, all this stuff like that for hundreds of years, right? You know what I mean? Like, at least since at least 60, 70 years, at least 80, you know what I'm saying? Civil rights and stuff like that. But what has that changed? We're still going through the same shit we was going through back then. So you know what that is? That's insanity. Doing the same shit over and over again, expecting a new result. You feel me? So it's not gonna change like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be willing to implement and do new things. You know what I mean? Like, if you really want to change, bro, are you really ready for that? A lot of people rely on this quote unquote white man that they're talking about is running shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all rely on the fucking government, you know what I'm saying, to give you you know what I'm saying, a stimulus or EBT stamps or whatever. You rely on these people to like protect you if some shit go wrong, you know what I'm saying? So if you relying on these people so much, are you really willing to make the change that you want to see in order to get the equality that you're searching for? You know what I mean? Ask yourself that question. Because a lot of us are just going with the fucking trends. It's like, if anybody, bro, we don't even know who started this black square trend. Now, you know what I'm saying, clearly, you can't even look down certain, black, whatever, the hashtags. All you gonna see is squares. Whereas before, you were seeing all these videos, all these pictures and stuff, you actually getting information out of it. Now you're just seeing black squares. What is that accomplished? You know what I'm saying? Like, the people who you think, you know what I'm saying, you are protesting to get are laughing at y'all. Because, all these settlements they coming up off of all the destroyed property that y'all done did, they eating off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to hit these people where it hurt, it's going to require saying, fuck their system, their game all together. You know what I mean? Like, voting is cool, whatever. But here's my thing. Voting was created, it was a system created for them, right? You know what I'm saying? For the system that we're quote unquote combating. So, black people at a point in time didn't have the right to vote. So do you think when they allow you to vote that now there's like, okay, we're going to play fair like we've been playing this whole time? Oh, now we're going to sit here and we're going to, we're going to be like, okay, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all go ahead and vote. We're going to take your vote into account. But when Obama got elected, I could have sworn he didn't win by the popular vote. He won by the electoral college or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? There's always something. It's like, how can you not win this and then win that way? You feel me? So when Trump won, it's like, how they putting people in office who they want to put in office, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's puppeteers here, and they're playing the game, and they're, you know what I'm saying, they got the face. So y'all blaming Trump for every damn thing that happens when Trump is one person. Trump is not controlling the fucking United States of America like you think he is. He got to go through checks and balances to get stuff accounted for. So how is it just Trump that's causing all this information, all this craziness y'all talking about? You feel me? Like, oh, he the worst president and shit like that. Bro, I could have sworn Ronald Nixon, if you do your history, he was just as a big ass character as Trump. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are entertainers, bro. Like, they quote unquote businessman. They not, and what is politics? Let's ask that question. What is that? You feel me? So my whole thing is that the way we trying to go about attempting to get this change that we want, attempting to get this equality that we want, you know what I mean? How are we gonna do that when the people we playing with, the people we going against ain't even playing fair? The quote unquote people that we think we talking about. You know what I mean? Like, we clearly was here on this land before these Europeans and people came over and took the shit from us. So how do you expect peaceful protesting and just walking through the streets and this and the other is gonna make a difference, bro? You have to literally just like let go of all that shit altogether. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to go through the change if you want to see the change. Like, if you want to see the result. You know what I mean? Like, the most important thing that we gotta realize is like, okay, what is the motive? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we trying to accomplish? Okay? Like, the reason why spirituality is so important with all this is because if you were at a point where you were really in tune with yourself and you knew exactly who you were, you wouldn't be following trends just because everybody say this is the way to do. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't just be moving off of just straight emotion just because I feel this type of way. You're gonna think about it on another. You let me think about it too. Like, I feel like this, but let me also think about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have more than one mind, bro. You have your mind up here, your brain. You have your heart. You have your gut, and each of these sends signals to you in order to see how to react. So, you may meet somebody and you feel the vibe is off. So, not to maybe trust that person how it is. Or you may get a gut feeling, I think I need to leave this party. You know what I'm saying? Something tell me I think it's time to go. And then next thing you know, the party getting shot up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had that gut feeling tell you. These are signals. And we tend to, neglect these things because we're not rightfully taught on how our body really works. We're not rightfully taught on this vessel that we're in, which is really technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, this vessel is some powerful shit. But the fact of the matter is that we're so disconnected for who we really are. Bro, think about this, bro. If we all knew that we were eternal beings, if we all knew that we are like many gods, you know what I'm saying? We're all gods in our own right. We're children of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We are children of the Most High. So what does that make us? If we all really, truly understood that, then we wouldn't be moving off of fear. We wouldn't give a fuck. Okay, they killed somebody. That's cool, bro. We got another person in the spiritual army, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is a lifetime battle, bro. This is, you know what I mean? Who are you really at war with? Are you at war with them or yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you was really on one accord with yourself, you would be questioning a lot more than what you question. Instead of just doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would be like, does that make sense? I don't know. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm not going to try. Maybe I'm not going to do that. Because at the end of the day, bro, they going to dangle $1,200 in your face, and now you cool. You know what I'm saying? This whole corona shit was obviously a facade. It was fake. Like, people were dying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and they probably could have been dying from corona. Who knows? But the thing is that out of nowhere, bro, somebody gets murked, you know what I'm saying, on television. It's recorded, and now corona ain't been talked about in the last week. You know what I'm saying? All it's been is just Black Lives Matter, or black people this, or racism this, so systematic oppression. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to play by their games. We don't have to dwell in the system. We could just say, fuck that shit and do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? The same way they said, fuck what we had going on over here. Let's take this shit for ourselves and enslave these motherfuckers. Like, clearly, you know what I'm saying? People don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? So why are we sitting here la-di-da-di-do playing this game, you know what I'm saying, with them when we ain't even got to play the game? We can go ahead and go about our own way. Be like, okay, y'all have fun doing that shit. We gonna start our own shit over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. They have a military. All right, cool, bro. Do you not realize how many melanated people really up in this hole? Like, do you not realize how many people really on this plane, bro? And especially in this country. You know what I'm saying? They saying that we are the minorities, but bro, we don't produce nothing but melanation. If I go and have sex and offspring with a European woman, that child's gonna have melanation. You know what I'm saying? So why are we afraid of anything? The reason why all this shit's going on is because at the end of the day, a lot of people are afraid for themselves. They're afraid, you know what I'm saying, for themselves. You know, that's why they have to treat us like this. Like, a bully is only going to bully you if they're intimidated or they feel like inferior in some type of way. That's the only reason why they would ever even pick on you. So the whole point of this matter is to reevaluate, what are we fighting for? You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose? What systems are we about to, you know what I'm saying, demolish and recreate? How can you get in tune with yourself so that you realize for yourself? Because I can tell you all day long you're divine, but if you don't know it for yourself, you don't know. So how are you going to reconnect? You know what I mean? These are questions you gotta ask yourself, especially as time goes on, because this is just the beginning. Bro, we are only 6 months into 2020. 6 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? And how fast shit has moved in these 6 months, you can't expect shit to slow down. You know what I'm saying? You better pick up the pace. You feel me? Because shit is not gonna stop. Alright? So keep that in mind on your daily journey. It's all peace and love on this end. Always has been, always will. I just want y'all to start thinking outside of the box. You feel some type of way? Go ahead, shoot me a comment, like, subscribe, whatever. Share this video with your people. You know what I'm saying? I got more to come. Alright? Peace and love, y'all.